Still a mud pit out here. I don't know. Welcome back, everybody. Silas here today, and it's time for some more crushing. Prices went up again as of today, so they're getting up there pretty good right now. And that's how you create easy access to get a bell housing off. Whatever it takes. Well, I've got a slight detour. The guy showed up to get something out here I wasn't expecting, so I had to cancel what I was doing there, run out here, do this, then we'll go back. This poor old square body has definitely seen better days at this point. I'm hoping it holds together long enough to get it in the crusher. We'll find out. As soon as I hit stop recording, the cab fell off. So we'll crush this part first, then we'll put the cab back on top of it. I worked so hard to get that cab off of there and it wouldn't come off. And now I want it to stay on there and it won't stay on. That's the way it goes. And another one bites the dust. Got what? Well, we got over a load on the ground now. That's not bad considering I still had to pull a bunch of catalytic converters and aluminum wheels. Plus I've been buying a lot of stuff today, so I'm pretty impressed with what we got done so far. Next up we have a 1983 Thunderbird Heritage Edition. Pretty cool car, pretty rock solid body on this thing. I thought somebody would want it for a dirt track car. Didn't really have any interest in it though. I tried selling the whole thing for 500 bucks. It's been here for several weeks now, and like I said, I haven't had a single person interested in it. So we went ahead, pulled the hubcaps, pulled some dash parts, pulled the grill, headlight bezels, just a handful of stuff off of it. All of the Heritage Edition parts, the little emblems here on the side, instead of being a chrome emblem, they actually light up. So I thought that was pretty cool. Saved a bunch of just odds and end trinkets off of it. There's probably more here, but you can't save it all. So let's go stick it in the crusher. This car does have a rebuilt 302 under the hood, but you know, nobody really wants those anymore. I've had a hard time selling the last few 302s I had. They all want the 93 and up one, or 94 and up, whatever it is. These older ones like this just don't have a whole lot of value anymore. Whew, good morning. It is cold out here today. 25 degrees, 65 yesterday. But Lep got this car pretty well ready to go. There's a few more little trinket parts on this thing, but I'm not going to save them all. We got quite a bit of good stuff off of this one. We even found a really nice grill on the back of it, so that was a bonus. Didn't expect. But as you can see, it's starting to kind of somewhat try to dry up. A lot of it's frozen right now because it's so cold. But even yesterday, it was just so windy that it just dried out quite a bit. And right now, it's not super windy, but it's starting to get windy. But I want to get the loader out. I should have a truck here any minute. Load this load up, and we'll get busy crushing again. There we go. Did a bunch of cutting. Got the rear end out of this square body. Forgot about the catalytic converter. Let's see if it's even any good. Yeah, it's good. I can hear the bees inside it, but I can rip that off with the forks. Climb over this. Cut the converters off this Explorer. It's got a limited slip. I forget what gear ratio it is. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read it now, but it's got an 8.8 limited slip in it. Disc brake. That'll sell pretty easy. And then we got this core support. Should be loose now. Oh, I forgot there's one screw somewhere on the bottom that he told me about. But I got these cut at least. So once I find that screw, get it cut, that'll go ahead and pop off of there. Making pretty good progress getting rid of stuff. I got a whole bunch of vehicles set around over there. A few of them have little tiny things I want to pull off of them, and my help should be here pretty soon. I had a guy start stacking batteries again yesterday and worked for about an hour and a half and said he had to leave. Be back this morning, and never saw him again. I don't know what it is about batteries, but oh well, one of these days. There we go. Now I can crush this tractor. Got the radiator off of here. The radiator is just going to be scrap, but I'll go through here and take 2 wrenches and snap all of these bolts off all the way down. Take this top of it off. Then you pull this piece here off, and it looks like this piece is permanently attached, so I can't pull it off. But at least once I get this piece off, it'll sit nice and flat. That's a good display piece, saying John Deere right there. Whew, that thing was heavy. My helper just called and said that his car broke down, so he's not going to be here today. But I got the seat of it off. I got the seat bracket. I tried heating the bolts up and unscrewing them, but they weren't cooperating. So I finally just gave up and cut the bolts off. I was careful, and I don't think I hurt this at all. This is a fairly valuable piece right here. Well, I just looked this crankcase cover up, and those are worth almost nothing. There's several of them on there for like 35 bucks free shipping, and it's going to cost 20 or 25 to ship it. So that's going back on the tractor. It was already off. I don't have any time invested. This is a tractor here that I didn't really want, and I'm not going to make, I probably won't make much of anything counting my time and fuel. But I got stuck with it at an auction. There was a guy there buying scrap, and I told him, look, there's 2 trucks I want and a couple other little things. That's all I want. I won't bid you on the scrap if you just kind of work with me. He said, no problem. As soon as we got to the things I wanted, he started bidding against me. And so I said, okay, I guess we'll do that. So I started bidding on the scrap too. And this is one of the pieces I got stuck. Well, this is the only piece I got stuck with. I think I gave, was it 300 for this? I think it was 300 bucks, which by weight, there's probably about 250 bucks here or so. And then the seat, I'll probably get, 20, 30 bucks out of that. That there will bring over 100. Then I got this radiator. I can sell the copper part. Then I can sell the top of it for probably another, 75 or 100. And then this piece here might be worth something. So, I mean, I'll make 200-300 bucks on this tractor, but I had to drive, I think it was 20 minutes away to get it. So I've got an hour invested in getting it. And then I've got another 30 minutes invested in pulling it apart, and probably another, hour invested in listing and pulling stuff apart and packaging it. So I don't make a ton of money, but oh well, it was fun. Plus it makes a good crushing video. I don't get to crush really old tractors that often. It'll be interesting to see that thing there. It should snap, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going to get the torch put away. I think I'm done cutting for the day. I'm going to go ahead and crush this truck as well. Everybody says these dually rear fenders are worth big money, but I've crushed 2 of them on camera now, and everybody says, you can't do that. Those things are worth big money. So I got this truck in, and I've had this thing on Marketplace now for parts for, 8 months, 9 months. And I did sell some doors, some dash parts, some front clip parts, steering column, sold a lot of parts off of it. And I had a lot of people ask about these. I told them 50 bucks a piece, and they all told me absolutely no way. That's way too much money. I had one guy offer me 20 for the pair, and it wasn't worth my time to meet him for that. So it's going to go in the machine. I kind of want to get those Mercedes out of here, get those gone. There's a Blazer and a BMW, I think, beside it. So I want to try to clean this area out a little bit. This area is not muddy like it is out back, so I can actually get in here. So I don't know, we'll see. Load number 3 headed out. And good morning, we're back again. We're going to take a break from crushing cars to save a few today. It's give and take, yin and yang, whatever you want to call it. So we've butchered a bunch, but today we're going to save some. First up on the list, we got this 1960. I think this is a Viking. Yeah, Viking 60. We're going to lift the cab and front clip off of it. This has got a 261 under the hood that runs, but we're going to have to get it running again and compression test all the cylinders. We'll do that another day though, but for today, I think it's ready to lift off of here. Next up, we have another 1960 Viking C60. Popping it apart, another 261 that runs good in this one. This in here is in super good condition, except for right up there above the windshield's all rusted out. But the rest of the truck's super nice, the floors are all good. So this will be a good project. There's the green one over there. Well, they're knocking out that one. I'm gonna go dig out a Ford. And I think they have another one they already want that's over yonder in truck bed. But I was looking at the trailer and I think if we put 2 of the cabs sideways, I think we can get 1 more cab on this load. I'll tell you what, I am looking forward to getting the crusher out here this spring. Here in probably about another month and a half it should be here. But stuff like that Ford, we're gonna crush it, get it out of the way. This Volkswagen, I use those vans for storage, so I keep those, but I'm gonna go through here and I wanna eliminate a bunch of these iffy vehicles that I have in here. Ones I don't really know why I kept them. Like I've got just a handful of cars to this area. I got a whole bunch of cars out back. I'm going to try to get rid of about 300 vehicles out of here. I'll tell you what, that 54 GMC right there is the nicest one I've ever had. That thing is so clean. And then the International's pretty neat too. But we'll check those out in a little bit. I think they're ready to pull that orange cab off. All right, they decided they're gonna buy the sheet metal off of this one as well, and they're looking around to see if they want to buy one more or just call it good for the day. I think this is in gear because it doesn't want to roll. Well, these things are so awkward to pick up from the side. Push the clutch in there. Now we got it neutral. Yeah, you can't pick these trucks up from the side because you crush the steps down here. Because the way the forks have to be to balance it, one fork is always, well, I guess this one here has a longer wheelbase, so I can't pick it up from the side, never mind. Anyway, I was saying normally you can't pick them up like this because they're too front heavy, and you can't pick them underneath that step because it smashes that step. But this is an extended wheelbase truck, so not a big deal to pick it up like this, although it is pretty heavy. This loader doesn't like to lift them when they're quite this heavy. And the loading has begun. He ended up not buying any more cabs, but he bought a couple front clips that I have so we can set that bed down level instead of standing it up like we were, and we'll put the front clips in that bed. Well, unfortunately, I didn't calculate the gap in between the cabs, so we weren't able to put the bed down like I thought we were, and man, that sun is bright. So like I was saying, we put that bed standing up to make it fit, so we weren't able to fit the full front clip on this load, but we got this partial one here. I think we're gonna slide it underneath the green cab. I think it'll fit. This is like a little train crossing the mountains. I don't think I can. I think I can make it fit. Then we have to load 4 bumpers yet too, so we'll get it in there. And finally, at 6:30 in the evening, I am done. It's been 12 hours since my feet hit the floor this morning. Starting to feel a little bit, getting a little bit worn out. Now I gotta go home, edit video, gotta package a couple things, so I got a lot of stuff to do yet tonight too. I should get to bed by about 1-2 o'clock in the morning or so, and then I'll be back out in the yard in the morning. We'll load a truck and maybe crush a few more vehicles and see how it goes. But I know I didn't record a whole lot today, but the main purpose of today was just to show you guys that, yeah, I crush a lot of stuff, but I also save a lot of stuff. Of course, the stuff that I saved today and I sold today was way better than the stuff I've been crushing, so there's a big difference. But with that, I'll see you guys in the morning. And boom, there we go. The one and only load for today is done. This one's getting rescued. I mean, it's not gonna get fixed, but he's gonna take it home, part it out. Ooh, that train's loud, but he's gonna get a lot of good parts off of this if I knew homes for him. Oh man, it's so cold. The buttons on this camera don't work very good when it's this cold. I need to just put it away for the winter, get the other one back out. But I crushed that old quilting press in there. Of course, it didn't really crush much, just kind of pressed into that top part a little bit. Pretty neat piece, pretty heavy piece. That's probably the first and only time I'll ever crush a quilting machine. I keep calling it a quilting press, but it's a quilting machine. I tell you what, since I started making this video, it is looking much different out here. So much stuff has gone. There's still a boatload of stuff out here, but just areas like that right there, that's been cars for 10, 15 years. And like over here, there was all that stuff that's sitting here. I can actually see those buses plain as day for the first time in over a decade for sure. And then back here looks really weird. A lot of stuff has gone out of here. I still have more. Like I'm gonna crush that car there. It's an old dirt track car. Duster, I think it was. But there was a bunch of Chevy trucks in here that are all gone now. All the bundles over there are gone. There was a bunch of old cars over there beside that, and trucks and vans beside that. Orange International. It's supposed to freeze later this week and then stay frozen. And so probably on the next video that I record, I have a few other things I want to do, but I want to come in here and I don't know, I'm probably going to crush most of those over there for sure. Maybe some of these. The Mercedes has a really good looking nose on it, so I probably won't do it. And then this one here has a good looking nose on it yet. But there's a few other vehicles over there, and then we'll drive around here in just a second. Right now I have a chunk of the floor off of that, whatever that thing was that we just ripped apart. I want to dump it back here in this pile if I can get to it without getting stuck. It is so muddy back here. It's hard to believe this used to just be nothing but dust. Back when I was ripping all these campers apart, boy, it was so dry. But man, I haven't been able to come back here now in forever. You can see where I tried. It didn't work very well though. I almost got stuck bad. I've got a bunch of these cars advertised on the Derby pages, like that Polera, whatever that brown car is right there. I got a couple Furies over there and LTD, but everybody keeps offering me less than scrap price. Scrap keeps going up. It went up more this afternoon actually, so it's just not looking good for this stuff. But this whole area here is all cleared out now. I mean, that's been full of cars for a long time as well, and that just looks weird to me to see this big open spot. I think what I'm going to work on for my next major project is all of those cars there have manifold converters on them. So I'm going to bring the excavator back here and grab those one at a time, bring them out here somewhere and rip the engines out of them. But I started dragging vehicles out of here. That Ford truck that I got out of there, I took it out to my place. That's got a lot of good stuff, a lot of good wall art on it. So I didn't want to just try to part it out here. It's got more than what I could do in a timely manner. If I didn't have so many other things coming up in the near future, I would just stay out here the rest of the year and this would be an empty field by the time I was done. But I'm not going to be able to get that much done. Probably going to stay out here for probably another 2-3 weeks or so. And then after that, I probably won't work out at this yard again for a little while. But we got a bunch of vehicles out of back there. That GMC was elsewhere. I just set it there a minute ago. Probably going to crush that little car there because I want to get that Chevy or GMC beside it out. Take it out to my place. Then we got this old utility bed Ford. I think it's a 67 if I remember right. But there's not much left of it. It's pretty rough. It was rough when we put it there. But probably go ahead and junk it out. I got rid of a bunch of stuff in this area here. This van was actually sitting right there. I want to get that Monte Carlo out and check the frame. If the frame is good on that car, I want to get it advertised for sale. The truck beside it is an old Isuzu Love. Chevy Love, but Isuzu everything about it. So we'll go ahead, get it out, crush it. This Elite here, I don't know, it's got a handful of good stuff. It's got the sport mirrors on it, and it's got some good dash parts, got some good nose parts on it. So we'll wait just a little bit longer on that. I've got plenty of other stuff to crush, like the Escort. That whole row, I'm going to crush pretty much all of those except for the square body Chevy truck. I have a guy wanting that. It's got a ton of parts on it that he needs. This truck, I'll keep it. It's got a lot of good wall art with the old Packard. We're going to crush it. We're going to crush the Ranchero. I may hang on to the Saab back there in the trees. This bus has a good running 400 under the hood, so I do want to go ahead and save that engine. I have somebody wanting that for sure. Then I have a handful of other stuff back up in these trees here. I want to get that camper out, take it out back to the trash pile. And there's a junk van, a junk truck, another square body Suburban. There's still a lot of work to get done out here, so I don't know if I can get it all done in the next 3 weeks or not. But then this pile over here, that still looks weird to me for that pile to be gone. I put a couple of vehicles in here. That truck there I'm just going to crush, but what was I going to... I don't remember why I didn't crush that already. I don't know. I'll have to look it over again. There's got to be a reason why I didn't. And then the little Civic wagon, I was gonna crush it, but then I used it for storage for a whole bunch of license plates that somebody brought me. So I'm just gonna take it out to my place, and I guess we'll go ahead and try to part it out later. Chevy van is clear full of parts, but then there's a junk car there and a bunch more. So I want to keep working on this area here too. It's just hard for me to get everything done and help my dad and keep working at the other yard. You kind of seen in this video, I've been back and forth between the two yards. It has just been busy. I am definitely thankful that I've had Lep out here helping me though. He has made my life so much better being out here helping. It's taken so much stress off of me. And then Sean's helped me a couple days since he got back from California. Then I've had a few other people come out and help a little bit. The old 67 Cutlass, we'll crush that in the next video. That had a whole bunch of AC parts on it. So we pulled all the AC brackets off the engine, the power steering pump and brackets, all the AC stuff out of the dash. Plus it had a handful of other good parts. It had a good core support on it too. So got some good stuff off of that. And then we got this cab here, pulled some parts off. And there's a bunch of parts on that truck there he pulled that are sitting inside it. I got to get those out later. So got a lot done over the last couple of weeks. There we go. I think this is the last one for today. I'm not crushing anymore. I'm just getting stuff out just in case we get all that snow like they're saying overnight. They're saying 6 inches to a foot of snow, and then it's supposed to snow more in a couple days. And I don't know. I think I'm about done with snow this year. Of course, I don't even know when this video is going to come out. This video may come out in the spring and you guys are going to be like, snow in the spring, what? But I think most of you that watch my videos on a regular basis know that I don't always release the videos in order. So sometimes they sit on the back burner for a little while. But I've had a lot of fun making stuff go away, that is for sure. It's taken a massive load of stress off of me to see these vehicles leaving. And at first I felt guilty because I was leaving good stuff on them, but now that I've had Lep helping me, we've been pulling the cream off. We haven't been pulling every last little nickel and dime item off of them, but there's just no way I can do that. Right now at prices this high, there's no reason to do that. So having Lep here helping pull the cream of the crop off of these cars and then smashing them and chipping them, we've really gotten a lot done. We've gotten more done in the last few weeks than I've gotten done in a long time. As far as opening up space anyway. I don't even know how many loads of cars we shipped in. I shipped in a boatload of cars. I know the style of this video is a little bit different than what I have done in the past. I've been filming this video for quite a long time. It feels like forever now. But it took a ton of pressure off of me, and I was able to really focus on getting stuff done. And I only filmed things that I thought would be interesting. In between the crushing clips that you saw, I crushed tons of other cars. But the late model ones, I just didn't even bother filming that. And because I wasn't filming everything that I did, I was able to really just get in there and focus on getting stuff crushed. I want to get in here and crush a bunch of this out of here too. There's a few old cars over here I'll hang on to, but man, there's a lot of junk cars in here. But I'm not worried about these right now. I want to keep working on the stuff that's out yonder. But I think we're going to end this one here. Tomorrow, stay home, do paperwork, so I won't be filming. Probably won't film anything the rest of the week anyway. So I think it's a good stopping spot. But definitely, it's not going to be a part 1 and part 2, but in a way, it's going to be a part 1 and a part 2, because the next crushing video I could do, once again, is going to have a bunch of antique cars in it, vintage cars in it, and maybe some other interesting old car stuff, and I might film some late model stuff getting crushed too. But it's basically going to be a continuation of this, so you don't want to miss that one. But as always, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and remember to get out there, find an adventure, and maybe that adventure will relieve some stress from you, like this adventure has been relieving some stress from me. I feel so much better now than I did when I started filming this. We'll see you all on the next one.